Lil Durk's federal case may have just taken a major turn because OTF Jam, the man who's been at the center of the snitching rumors for a long time, is now reportedly expected to testify for the prosecution. And after what came out surrounding the latest hearing, we need to break down exactly what Jam could potentially tell the jury and what this could mean for Durk.
Niggas be snitching and telling shit really is popular. Niggas don't care, I can merchant.
You know what's his name, bro? Steady crying, huh? He's steady crying. Feed him. Feed him.
Get in the milk, bro.
Get in the milk for some baby mama get the tripping, bro.
You see that?
Feed
For my
him.
baby. That's really how y'all hold y'all babies, ain't it? I gotta hold my money like this. This shit too much. Crazy though. Motherfucker be sitting up there doing all this. Sneak this and the internet games and all this. Up some money. Do something. Like, we winning, bro. I can do it. Whatever it is I want to do, I can do it. Just buy what I want, do what I want. Y'all can't do that, bro. Goof,
bro got out what?
Now here's where OTF Jam could become extremely important to this case. If Jam actually takes the stand, the biggest question isn't just whether he knows Lil Durk, it's what he personally knows about what allegedly happened behind the scenes. Prosecutors could potentially ask him about how OTF operated, who communicated with who, whether there were conversations about Quando Rondo, and whether Jam personally heard or witnessed anything connecting Durk to the alleged murder for hire plot. And that's important because prosecutors have alleged that Durk put a bounty on Quando Rondo and that OTF-related money was used to help carry out the alleged hit. According to the government's case, people traveled from Chicago to California before the August 2022 shooting that killed Quando Rondo's cousin, Surveyor Robinson, also known as Lil Pab. So if Jam has firsthand knowledge of conversations, payments, instructions, travel arrangements, or what happened before or after the shooting, prosecutors could try to use that testimony to connect the pieces to their case. But we have to be careful. We don't know exactly what Jam will say on the witness stand, and testimonies from cooperating witnesses can also be heavily challenged by the defense. Durk is facing extremely serious federal allegations. The original federal case includes conspiracy, use of interstate facilities to commit murder for hire resulting in death, and a firearms count connected to an alleged crime. And according to the Justice Department, a conviction on the original charges could expose Durk up to life in prison.
Blast his ass. I don't even ask when they come to catch, they catch him, blast his ass. Jam get at that jam, I give him 50 and gotta axe again. He was catching murders way back then, that's when the max was in. I don't drink that red or that green, bring back that act again. Fuck her then, she told me that she hate me, now she back again. And you still alive, you better be lucky, ain't no trafficking. Hate they ass so much, we dig them up and tell them die again. I can hit that club all by myself.
Durk is the voice. You heard what he said, some bullets behind it, we ain't finna tussle. Lil Vernie sitting in that chair with 100 shot on him, y'all know what we callin' the muscle. Diddy a threat, ain't got no patience, wherever he catch you, that's where he gon' shoot it. Booney Mo say he ain't killing no more cause he rich and he paying, I shorty to do it. Duty be chillin', but really the biggest problem with money is on your medulla. He get the loan, a nigga that pay for a hit and he hop in the car with the shooter. Yeah, I'm a shooter, I stay with a glitz. Somebody down whenever I use it. Only be rapping to kill me a rapper, so phone number my house on up, put in they music. Nigga, I lose it. Don't niggas be snitching and telling shit really is popular. Niggas don't care, I can merchant.
I see shit from a mile away.
I don't think people realize that.
I can have a conversation with you for 5 seconds and know your way is gonna cooperate.
So I'm here at the federal courthouse after the Lil Durk hearing, and we just had some very, very interesting information about, possibly the most well-known alleged cooperator in this case, OTF Jam. Now, there was a crazy back and forth where they brought up a bunch of things about Jam. They said that the song Back Again was going to be used, and I'm not going to lie, I was happy to hear that because that's like one of my favorite songs. But obviously, in that song, he talks about, Jam got out of that jam, I gave him 50,000, he ain't got to ask again. Well, they're basically saying that Jam is going to testify and cooperate and say that that 50,000 that Durk gave him that he rapped about in Back Again, which bear in mind was made before King Von even died, but Jam is going to testify and say that he believes that he was given that money basically as like a, as a show of loyalty to basically kind of get, some kind of like future, as basically not like a prepayment, but basically like on the hopes that in future he might be able to do things for him, he might be able to slide for him. Now what's crazy is that he's allegedly gonna testify that actually when they were filming a music video, at some point, okay, this is absolutely crazy. At some point, all right, Durk and a bunch of the other members apparently confronted Jam in a bathroom. They took him into the bathroom, which is super weird, and they apparently confronted him, and they basically said, you moving too hot, you're going to get us jammed up, you got to be more careful about committing murders, and you're going to get the feds on us. Now, apparently that wasn't talking about the Pab murder. Apparently there's other murders, and it sounds like he's actually going to admit to the feds that he was doing all kinds of murders that haven't even been prosecuted by the sounds of it, not even related to this murder, and that he was basically a top hitter in OTF and for the Black Disciples, and that it was really that serious, and Jam was doing all that. So Jam's name came up a couple times. So another area where Jam was brought up, they basically talked about this federal freestyle, and they said that, you know, it's funny because the prosecutors literally said, look, Jam wasn't known as a good rapper. He was known as a hitter, a killer for OTF and for the Black Disciples. He was known as a Black Disciple hitter, and that's why he was put on this federal, ironically named federal freestyle. And that was basically as like, you know, as a favor for Jam. They were saying that that was almost like to solidify his place in the ranks of OTF and the dirt that he was going to or had already committed for the crew. And they basically said that apparently Jam is going to testify that he was in the federal freestyle, and that he basically is going to say that, look, he felt like if he didn't do the murder, if he didn't participate in this hit, that he felt like he wouldn't be included in these there's all types of sirens going on right now. It's crazy. That basically that they feel like Jam said that he didn't feel like he would have been included in all the OTF, you know, things that were going on, these opportunities, if he hadn't participated in that murder. And the last thing I'm going to say is that they said outright that apparently Jam was recruited for the Lil Pab murder by Booney Mo, and they basically said that Booney Mo had said to Jam specifically that Durk, but referring to him as Blood, he wants to fly you out for this murder. And apparently that's all going to be testified to. That's not looking great, to be honest with you guys.
What's up? I'm D from Here We Go Again TV, and I'm looking for content creators to collab with. If you cover hip-hop, entertainment, reactions, sports, news, or culture, I want to connect. I'm talking about live streams, podcasts, interviews, shorts, cross promotions. It don't matter if you're small or large, 100 subscribers or 100K. Let's get it in. Drop your channels in the comments or hit me on the email. Let's build together, not compete.